Hello, this is Allison Normore, and I'd like to share with you today about how past lives drew me to the shamanic path. Now, before I even get into this story, I'd like to share with you what a teacher shared with me, which is that you don't have to believe in past lives, that you can see them as stories that live within you. And and if you're listening to this video today, I suspect that you're an old soul and have many stories that live within you. So, as I've shared in other videos, I spent many years in university because I had a calling to make a difference. I wanted to make a difference, and I worked with children and families for many years as a therapist. Yet I was always fascinated with ancient cultures, like the Mayans and the Egyptians and the Tibetans. And when I learned about the lost continents of Atlantis and Lemuria, my body felt so excited. And I'd learned to pay attention to those kinds of physical responses to things and ideas. Now, Atlantis is said to have existed between 10 and 50,000 years ago, and Lemuria even before that. But during the time of Atlantis, we're told that the people who lived there, developed a very sophisticated culture with very advanced technologies, some that we don't even have today. Crystal technology was really big and powered the cities. But ultimately, the decisions we made and the technologies that we developed, and some of the scientific experimentation that we were doing at the time with animals and humans led to its downfall and ultimate destruction. And so, in great catastrophic events over a period of time, these continents sunk beneath the waves and disappeared. Now, when I learned about these cultures, it was so familiar to me. I could imagine what it was like to live there and what it felt like. And I could picture beautiful white pillared temples of healing and being surrounded with water. I remembered and could feel into how we use sound and color and crystals for healing. It's like I knew this at a cellular level, like that my whole body felt very alive in me, and it still does. I also remembered how painful it was to witness the suffering of those that I loved and cared for, including the animals, and my helplessness in the face of the destruction of the rising waters and the flooding that destroyed and took that civilization. And I made a promise to myself at that time that I would never let this happen again. So, and even now, as I tell the story, and every time I tell this story, I get very emotional. I have this deepening sense that that there are many of us alive now who made the same kind of promise, who had the same kind of experiences, and that many of us now have returned at this time to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes, that we are at a pivotal point in our evolution here, in what we've learned in our culture and civilization, where we have to make a choice again. We're making choices about what path we're going to take for moving forward. Are we going to choose life and the preservation of this beautiful planet and all the creatures and life upon her, or are we going to choose the path of destruction, of using our science and our knowledge and our technology to destroy? And so this is, for me, why I've stepped onto this path, and why I feel so deeply about teaching and sharing what I've learned from the ancestors. This shamanic wisdom is ancestral wisdom. And the earth honoring wisdom of our indigenous uh, ancestors is a part of our unfolding karmic story here on this planet. And it's why the academic path didn't fulfill me and why I chose the shamanic path this time. I believe it was my destiny to connect again with the lineage of shaman dreamers, to remember this ancient wisdom of how to consciously choose to dream a better world into being. And so I know I'm here at this time to make a different choice, to serve life by helping others awaken and remember how we use our innate power and our gifts in a way that supports life, to connect with the feminine spirit of the earth and all of nature. And I suspect that as you're called to watch this video today and read what I've written, that you may be too. So I invite you to join me for my free online course, Waking the Dreamer, so you can remember why you are here now and the part that you came to play at this very critical tipping point here on the earth. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.